Shout out to my day ones and my stay ones definitely in the building rocking with us. Whew. Today's been crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how long I did the other show. Was on live today, this morning? Okay, I don't think I was on live this morning. But shout out to the Untouchables podcast. I don't know what I've been zonked for a minute. Hope everybody had a really cool holiday. You chilled out. You were rocking with your family, your loved ones. The hell with Santa Claus and all that. Right? But definitely hope everybody had a really cool time. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. You know what? We're going to do something. Let's get this going. We're going to start this party out. Yeah. Let's get this thing going like this. Let me see what my people doing. Shout out to Gabe in the building. Matter of fact, let's get our TikTok people over here going. Pheromone definitely in the building, rocking with us. You already supporting the show, man. You already supporting the show. I appreciate you guys, man, for even being here, rocking with us and taking the time out, for us to build. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're on. We're definitely on some building type stuff. We can't keep on. Listen. And I'm not even going to say his name. I had the most insane, unproductive, loserous conversation I ever had last night. I went on somebody's show last night. Somebody I respect, but I come to understand that his show is more. I don't want to say it like this, but most of his show is degenerate black people behavior. It was so disappointing. Up at 3:00 in the morning, cracking, joning, and masculine black women joining in. It was most disappointing. And that's what I was about to say. We're supposed to be building and things like that, having conversations that lead to somewhere, conversations to where we can build and also pass that information down to our children and things like that. This was the lamest conversation. It was disappointing. I even went back up on the panel. AJ is definitely in the building, rocking with us. I went back up on the panel to explain my disappointment, even in myself, right? Even in myself for engaging in such bullcrap activity like that. And I was like, listen, me and my guys, we move a completely different way. Love Lace, definitely in this mother effer. And listen, I'm going to say this. When my people see me on another panel and they stop by and rock with their guy, support their guy, I see you, right? And I rock with you, for real. I appreciate the love. You already know what it is. Larry, love. Listen, y'all don't remember that, though. You guys don't remember that. Larry, love, definitely in the building. But what I wanted to say was, we gotta perform better. I went back up on that panel later on, because I was disappointed. I indulged in it, right? Somebody said something about something that I was wearing or something like that. And because this is what we do, what we did when I was younger, where we from, you know what I mean? And I felt so lame going back and forth with somebody. Like, I went back up there and I was like, listen, me and my guys trying to find ways to buy land in Africa without getting scammed and things like that. Like, we're investing in cryptocurrency and things like that. And guys are up here having a joning conversation. Like, I don't know, man. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I was more so disappointed. Like, black people are coming in last. And listen, masculine women were up there. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, my God. I really don't even know what to say. Let's get this TikTok going, if I know how. Or we'll just do this. Yeah, we'll just do that. Do that. Flip this over. Okay, let's do it like this then. You know what? I don't know why. People have been saying for the longest that TikTok there's no need in even plugging up the microphone. People still say that that stuff is garbage. I don't know why the sound is so garbage. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So listen, people, we're gonna start the show off a little bit different today. No, not that panel. This was a panel that was like late last night, 3 a.m. I'm not even gonna put the brother's name out there, but it was a disrespect to my character. Like, it was a disrespect to my character to even be associated with a panel like that. It was really bad. Like, to see grown black people acting like monkeys, man. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out to him. I blocked him. And me and him been cool, but I was so disturbed by how he was, allowing his panel to run. Like, I don't associate with people like that. I don't. We trying to get in certain boardrooms and things like that. We're trying to get meetings with certain people that we shouldn't be able to get meetings with. And when you see, yeah, it was just most disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Not something that I'd want to be associated with. People, listen, you know what? Black people got this thing that they say, we got to do better. No, we don't. You most definitely don't. Some people are going to get left to the wayside. Listen, my daughter had to fleece me up like, Dad, I got you something else for Christmas. She know I'm all about LA, right? So, yeah. Yeah, no, it was on a TikTok. It was on a TikTok live last night. And again, I was, won't this work? Yeah, AJ. That's look at what we talk about. We talk about growth over here. We talk about making things happen. We talk over here. We talk about cryptocurrency. We talk about what's going on the latest AI platforms, right? That other stuff is what got us where we're at. That other stuff, joning, oh, his motherfucker, you know what I mean? Shoes so whew. It's why America doesn't like us, amongst other reasons, but it's one of the reasons it doesn't help. Definitely one of the reasons that doesn't help. I want to try something. And see, listen, it is this platform right here, how we do, it is different. It is different over here. We talk about things that matter over here. So that, where you at? Got my panel missing. Boom. Okay. Boom. Okay, let's get ready for this thing then. Listen, I want to pull something up. We already saw this the other day. Listen. My brother AJ definitely in the building over here sponging up that mother. AJ said, you mentioned AI last week. I took that and I found the AI program that got my work done 95% faster. Listen, shout out to the productivity and taking a step forward for my work. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys the only thing you need: Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini. Gemini is the AI app for Google. Grok is Elon Musk. And of course, you know about ChatGPT. Listen, I don't want to begin to tell you guys. Week before last, I got between $180,000 to $265,000 worth of work done. You know how I know? I asked ChatGPT. This work that I was working on it for about 6 hours a day. I asked ChatGPT at the end of a week. I was very impressed with what we did. And I asked Chat, I don't even know why we do this because people are saying that they can't really hear us when we do this. Why isn't it working? I don't know why. Why won't it work? I'll try it. I mean, people say it doesn't really matter. Ain't no difference when I plug it in and when I don't. Don't understand that. We know it works when I go through here. Maybe that's what's doing it. But yeah, when I tell you guys legit, if I had hired an independent marketing firm to do what I did the last 10 days, it would have been between $165,000 to $280,000 worth of work. And I knew it was. This is what I'm telling you guys. This AI is dangerous. It's going to replace a significant number of people. Shout out to my brother Ether, definitely in the building over in this mother. Been trying to told y'all, a woman is never masculine. Females, yes, fact. I almost don't even have to read anymore. But I'm going to. I've been trying to told y'all, a woman is never masculine. See, we can't get caught up in what these people's definitions are. And we do it often. We often do it. Just like women get caught up, independent women, even though it goes against the definition. A woman is a woman. My bro said, a woman is never masculine. Females? Yes. A woman doesn't know how to get masculine. A woman or a lady does not know how to get ratchet. It's weird to her. It's like her looking at TV or something like that. That was crazy. Right? I liken them closer to animals than anything. He said, ladies of good rapport are naturally feminine and real women always. Those were masculine females, booger wolves, hair-hatted heathens. I really wish that I could get this footage for you guys. Can I? Because let me see something. This is going to be bad, people, but I'm just trying to give you guys a hot show. That's not it. I know that that's not it. I really wish I could show you guys this. Like, it was beyond crazy. My bro said, if it wasn't for these convos, I'd be in my home office stressed out right about now. That's why we do what we do, man. We got to pass this information on. You know, they used to say that if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. Well, there's a great deal of that's true. We're not interested in the things that the most powerful people in the world are interested in. That's why we're not competing, right? I'm 1,000 apologies, people. I'm going to try to give you guys a service. I really want to see if I can locate this. It's beyond belief. It's beyond belief. I'm not going to lie. I got a portion of it right down here. Right down here. Now, I want to show you guys something. This is the exact same panel that I was on last night. Beyond disappointing. Beyond disappointing. Listen, we've talked about it before. Guess what it's titled? Broken People. Watch this. I want you guys to see something. Let's go.
These panels of black men hating on black women, saying, like, I've came across multiple panels saying, why don't black men date black women anymore? They prefer white women or other races over black women. And you don't ever see panels of black women saying the same thing that these black men are saying about our community or about, like,
you can't. Black women can't say these same things about black men. Neither can society. You guys are atrocious. Watch this.
The men in our community, but vice versa, it's the men saying shit about the women.
They just sit around They want somebody to kiss they behind to get along with them. They don't want no strong woman.
No, you dumb shit. Hey, Ether. Listen, Ether just said it a minute ago. I've been trying to told y'all, a woman is never masculine. Females, yes. Ladies of good report are naturally feminine. Real women always. Those were masculine female booger wolves, hair hat heathens. She had the nerve to say it out loud. She thought what do they call it? She thought she ate with that. No, you dumb shit. We don't want strong women.
These panels of black men hating on black women, saying like I've came across multiple panels saying, why don't black men date black women anymore? They prefer white women or other races over black women. And you don't ever see panels of black women saying the same thing that these black men are saying about our community or about like the men in our community, but vice versa, it's the men saying shit about the women.
They just sit around.
Listen, I want to ask people this. Do they really not get it? Yes, we're saying things about you. And you really believe that nations of people are making up what they're saying? This is most astonishing.
They want somebody to kiss they behind to get along with them. They don't want no strong woman. That's the problem. They want somebody weak. They don't want a strong woman. They don't want a woman that's got a career, can get up and go to work for herself and really just don't need you. They want you. That's the thing. They don't like that.
That's what.
So if you can take care of yourself and do for yourself without a man, you will be a power couple if you had a man that's on the same team that you own, yep. Got the same mindset. But when you sit up and put a woman down because she won't kiss your ass, that make you look stupid, not the woman. She going on about her business.
He done messed up coming up saying
he said he was married.
It was crazy.
He said he was married?
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, he can't.
Yeah, he said he been married for 29 years. I wasn't on here, but
well, really, because I'm younger. I'm sure I'm younger than him, and I've been married for less time. And I'm married to an African American man, and we are a power team. So if you're married and you don't have respect for women like that, that's fucking crazy.
Listen at her mouth. Listen at that man monster. These people are sick, and I'm telling you right now, I've been said this. Like the hate that I'll say the hate that black women get is justified, because if we want to go to the place where we say not all, well, you can't really do that. You can't isolate them because there's more of the broken ones than there are of the reasonable, cooperative ones. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that because you have to get something with somebody where your energy matches.
Make it make sense. How can you be single if the...
Now this one right here, Be More, a straight dude. Straight dude. And listen, this panel was going so nuts last night. I hope I never see that panel again. Like my entire spirit was vexed. Like, no, we're not supposed to be behaving like this. I know we're not. And sometimes his panel has around 200 people on it. And I mean, looking at it, you guys got to stop thinking all of these people are black. You guys are allowing other ethnic groups of people to witness us in all of our lower functioning behavior. But see, you know, I'm not going to speak bad on this brother. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speak bad on him, but I will say this. His panel runs off of chaos. He has a panel that, you know, he wants people to come up and get things going, and other women can pay to get those people kicked off, things like that. I'm not knocking his hustle or anything like that, but his panel is driven off of ignorance and chaos. I'm not saying that about the brother, but it just is what it is.
And now, if you single because the man is not in the home, why? When is and kids in his household?
Listen, they keep talking about single because the man is not in the home. Listen to these women's mouths. Listen to their personalities. Hell no, he's not in that home. Had he known that you were really like this, he probably wouldn't have even went raw in you, even though it was stupid for him to.
Thank
Because Miss B More, they blame it on the single mother and they never talk about the absent father.
How you gonna be a single mother if the father ain't dead?
That's what I'm saying. They never talk about the
They don't want to
absent
talk about
father.
that part. They don't never want to talk
that.
about how they need
So
to
they
step
want to
up the
blame it
plate
on the amazing
and
mother
be a man
that
to the
stayed
woman that they
there,
have.
I just
showed
want
up,
him to
took care of
know.
her family instead of
They ain't
How
addressing.
you gonna
putting no
take
man
somebody
out the house.
they
The man
took him out
decided
the
to leave
home?
the house.
How you gonna take a man out the home unless he
Can't
don't
you
want to
can
be
the
in the
man
home or he
leave?
leave the
Yeah,
home? That
because
make it make sense.
Because I'm
I
the
was
one
a
that
mother.
Listen at these monkeys, man. It sounds like a bunch of monkeys. And there's one of them up there, I think it's Puri. There's one of them up there who's married, and she likes to throw that around that I'm married. But we know what type of man you have, man. We know what type of man that you have because we know that an assertive man who has had his way in life, he doesn't have to deal with a woman like you. And he likely wouldn't.
20 years old. I was a mother at 20 years old, been married for 10 years. Now, mother at 20, been married for 10 years, have 3 kids now. Come on.
Okay.
It's either you cannot sit here and like force a man to be there if they don't want to be there. He sound
They
fucking
were talking
stupid.
about there was. Are you familiar with what happened with welfare? Pure, and this
Welfare.
isn't recent. This happened, I believe, in the mid '80s.
I can't go that back because guess what?
No,
I was
it
born in
happened. It
90. I
happened
was
in
born
the
in
No,
94.
I'm giving you the framework of what they're talking about.
Go
Not
ahead.
the
They're
80s.
talking
It's the
about today.
60s. It's 1965 was when black women was able to get food stamps because white women
Yes.
got them for 30 years and
Right.
nothing was said. They didn't tell the man to leave the home. It's only when black women was able to get food stamps when they came well the man can't be in the home. And they used to go around and make sure he wasn't. They would open up the closets and everything to see if a man's shoes and work clothes was in the home.
Absolutely.
Now, I didn't get stamps. My mother was married to my father to the day he died. Let's put the record dead straight. My mother didn't see food stamps. My mother was married to my father to the day he died. I was married. My ex-husband, we divorced now, but he was there for 20 years raising my son. So all black women aren't single and don't have husbands.
Listen to
Hey,
these
hey,
women. I mean, these females. Yeah, listen, he said they're trying too hard to be masculine. Look, Jeff said these black women sound foolish. AJ said this sounds terrible. Listen, this wasn't even as bad as the one last night. This wasn't even bad as the one last night. Barrymore said, this is why I'm MGTOW now and forever. That's crazy. Listen, they don't even have enough respect for each other to let the other one talk. They just talking over each other. Shout out to Miss Brenda, definitely in the building over here rocking with us. Let's get back to it.
At what point
Hey,
are you
hey,
supposed
hey,
to put up with somebody's crap just to say
I want you guys to pay attention because he likes to utilize me and my reputation to get his panel going. Right? I'm not knocking him because I shouldn't even be on panels like his. My brand goes against, like nobody gonna be kicking me off no panel. You know what I mean? My brand is, yeah. So, but I want you to check it out. Listen, he knows what he's doing.
you got a man in the home? Because you can have a man in the home and he still ain't doing
And
shit.
y'all
He
okay?
still
That just means you're not capable of attracting the type of man who is at home and is shit. Right? Right?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
And
ain't
not
bringing
be
to the
worth shit.
table. He still ain't helping with the kids. He still ain't bringing in no groceries.
Listen, she's telling you what, you know what? I'm going to unblock him. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unblock him right now because I don't want his stuff even popping up on my timeline.
All you can say is you got a man in the house.
And with a wet ass. That's it.
They're telling you what they're used to. They're telling you what their experiences have been.
Stacy. So what you gotta say, man? Talk up.
See what I'm saying? He needs people with opposing views to come up there because that's how he, you know, and I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. He's all right, dude. I'm a little disappointed that I got to see his intellect. I'm not going to say peaked out at that level, but to even know that he's involved in things like this, like lower level, it's, man, to me, in my personal opinion, it was a blow to the whole black community. Listen, I went back up there. I went back up there. Like, I dropped off two times. And he brought me back up two times. And after I dropped off the last time, I went on about my way, got back to some work that I was doing, and my spirit was vexed that I participated in some foolishness. My spirit was vexed, right? Like, no, this is not me. My brand is bigger than that, right? And so I went back on the thing, and my goal was to, you know, I was like, listen, that's not how I move, but I just want to say this, like, me and my people are trying to find out how to invest in, buy land in Africa without getting scammed and things like that. I said the reason that I'm up right now is because I'm editing a book that I wrote, and, you know, we up here at 6 o'clock in the morning, cracking, having a Jones session. You should have heard the entire panel erupt. Oh, get your ass to it. Even the women. And I said something like, listen, this is why we can't compete with other races. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, get your... It sound like a bunch of monkeys. And I'm standing firm on that. Like, listen, it vexed my spirit that I was even involved in. That's why I said I'll never go on his panel again. When I came back up, he said something like, you know what, Stacy, when you went down, somebody brought up something that was actually a good point. I done been to your panel to support your show and this and that, and you've never been here to support my... I'm not on TikTok. I have things going on. I don't even know how. Listen, I don't know how to send. I don't know if it's a super chat on TikTok. I don't know what it is, but I've actually tried to send one before, and I don't know how, right? But it goes to show you that that's a thing. Listen, a lot of our people's minds are peeking out at entertainment and foolishness. That's why I rock with this show like I do, because we all know there's so much more that goes into this show. So much more. Let's go.
Hey,
Right.
speak up. Hey.
What do you
Speak up,
mean?
Mr. Prince. Talk your shit.
See, he wants to instigate foolishness, like, because, and you guys know me, I'm just speaking my truth, right? I'm letting them know that, you know, the reason that African American women have the reputations that they have is because African American women have earned the reputation that they have. They don't know that we can just let them talk, and they will give us all of the evidence that we need to find them guilty on the accusations that are laid against them by society. Watch this.
Ah.
This is where I'm going to call them some niggers.
No, that's a dumb question, because I can tell you the best thing that my husband does. My husband is a great father. My husband provides.
He's not talking about your husband. He's
There's a girl, I forget who she is. I think it's Chat CH. She kept trying to explain to these women, he's not talking about you. He's speaking in generalizations. It's like talking to children. And listen, we know if that woman is married, we know what type of man she has. Let me see something. Let me see if I can go back here.
I can tell you the best thing that my husband does. My husband is a great father. My husband provides.
He's not talking about your husband. He said,
no, I'm saying he said black man. My husband's a black
And
man.
black men
They're a
is
black
stop
man.
lying.
Listen,
I will say we need education, clearly. Prince,
but you're trying to categorize black men.
excuse
But
me.
you came up here and did you
So
stereotype
Prince, we need
black
education.
men.
Clearly.
Stereotypes exist, moron.
Like black women.
Exactly.
We
That
also
does
need
not
to stop the
happen. That's not happening. You put
hypersexualization of our
stereotypes.
sisters.
I don't like
That's
that.
just one
Hey.
black man. We can't use him as
Hey,
every
hey,
black
hey,
man.
hey,
He just
hey,
proved the
hold on one
point.
second. But Stacey,
He just proved his
it's
point,
been,
though.
but look, a study showed though that black men are more active in their kids' lives than any other race of fathers. You sure?
When he said that, I said I didn't believe in those statistics. I said I believe that we are being, ever since the late great Kevin Samuels showed that we can exact certain talking points and utilize statistics and data. I believe the value of statistics has went up so significantly that they can do us with statistics the same way they do us with media, right? I believe they're now controlling us with statistics because they know certain of us have taken on the form of highlighting and utilizing those statistics for our content, right? The same way they say that African American women are the most educated, when we know when you dig deeper, it's not. It is, I think it is white women and then Asian women, or Asian women and then white women, right? Talking about certain degrees. And I said, I don't believe that black men are the most intimately involved in their children's lives. Why? Because if we were, we would be seeing it in our society. All studies suggest that our children turn out the way they do because of the fatherlessness rate. If we were, in fact, the most intimately involved, and that study was done on a small number of people, if we were, in fact, the most intimately engaged in our fathers' lives consistently, we wouldn't even be having these conversations. Our children would be turning out at higher levels, right? There wouldn't be as many incarcerations, right? There wouldn't be as many hyper-promiscuous young girls. There's studies that suggest that, and I told you guys, I'm backing up off of statistics because I believe that they're doing everything that they can to control black people. And this new thing, this emergence that they found that black people have taken on to statistics to utilize as forms of information for our content and things like that, it would be so easy to start slipping erroneous information into these statistics like they did with black women. Now they have black women running around saying most educated. We know that's not true.
What?
He's reflecting.
Well,
Look,
where you live at? Because in the neighborhood.
she said I'm reflecting. Meant to say deflecting. This is what I'm telling you guys. Most of these women get their education off of TikTok. They hear certain words like narcissist and things like that, misogynist. They hear these words and they try to get a feel for what the words could possibly mean. Then they take the words on as a part of their own vocabulary and start saying them out loud in public and in society.
That I'm in, I see black fathers every day. All my nephews raise their children, and
Look at this dumb idiot, doesn't know about generalizations. And there's a girl up here who keeps telling them he's not talking about you. He's talking about in generalizations.
I see plenty other black men that's in.
You sure? What?
He's reflecting.
Well, where you live at? Because in the neighborhood that I'm in, I see black fathers every day. All my nephews raise their children, and I see plenty other black men that's in their children's lives, whether they living with the mother or not. So what are you talking about?
No, you
said the study was false.
No, that's that white supremacy talk. That's that white supremacy talk. That's that white supremacy talk.
What you don't understand is African American women are the new extended models of white supremacy. Everybody knows that. White America does not even have to exact towards us anymore. They sit back and they utilize black women who they own. And if you dare attempt to say they don't own you, they'll kick you off of your public assistance. They'll get you out of their Section 8 houses. They'll get you off of their food stamps, right? They'll get you off of their Medicaid. Everybody knows There's nothing that black men can say that equates to white supremacy. You guys are the new face of white supremacy.
Yup, it is. Oh,
I'm not ignorant.
I called him a nigger.
Say ninja, bro. Say ninja.
Oh, you
So do you even know what the word means? Go look it up in the dictionary. It means an ignorant
every
person.
black man like him.
What you mean square with you? I'm just telling you, you calling people by our
You
name.
request back up.
See, he said,
he got
I think
dropped.
he said somebody struck you down, you can request back up. That's how his panel runs. His panel is fueled by chaos. Like, he likes to get people up on his thing. And again, I'm not knocking him because he's an all right guy, but I don't approve of, like, he's pretty much selling his soul. You know what I mean? Sometimes he probably has, I don't know. I'll put it this way. He can't make money if he doesn't instigate chaos. He can't make money if he doesn't instigate chaos.
I can go down.
No.
I can
Her
go
box
down.
got somebody else's name on it.
Hold on.
Who, me?
No, Shauna.
I did. I said black men need to stop lying.
I said, I did, but I was
What?
overtalked. I said education. I said we need to stop hypersexualizing ourselves and perpetuating that as a
I asked them to name 3 things that black women need to do better in.
narrative of who we are as women. And when faith-based, I mean, I'm a Christian, so there's that, but we need to get back to actually family, to seeing the incentive of being with a husband, a father, and building family together. I think that's very important.
Well, I mean, I don't.
That doesn't
I guess I'm
exist
wrong,
today. That doesn't exist today.
It does exist.
So that's why I'm confused.
Hey,
the things that he said.
Hold on, Pierre. Was you trying to put a bounty on somebody? Was you just?
Yeah, how much do I got right now?
Man, you just sent that to the wrong person.
Who I sent that
You
to?
sent that to Raw.
Damn, Raw. Hold on, I got you. I'm like sending shit to the wrong people. What the
I
fuck?
just said 2 money guns. Drop, Stacy.
See what I mean?
Drop Stacy. Bye.
Drop, Stacy.
If you say anything that makes sense, you can't get along with them. You say anything that doesn't sound like jibber jabber and foolishness, they can't really understand it. They can't really relate to it. Could you imagine going on a panel like this and talking about Grok? Could you imagine going to a channel like this and talking about Gemini, any type of open AI? Could you imagine? Hold on, my brother Joe said something that I was digging too. Where was it at? Where? He said, shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels. He expressly explained how he would never indulge in beef, respond to beef, or react to beef in these social media platforms. He understood that any such action, response, or retaliatory would be detrimental to his brand and his work, past, present, and through right. Rutherford definitely in the building. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas since these Western women did cook worth. Did quick worth, what facts. Yeah, I think so, Dwayne. It seems like that. It's because he's trying to be a black Jerry Springer. But see, me, myself, I really do have to be participating in something that I believe in. I can't, like, I've had opportunities to do bull crap. I just can't do it. But listen, what I want to talk to you guys about today, I want to know on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Hold on, is Facebook even up here? Okay. I want to talk to you guys on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Give me a thumbs up if you think broke men should be able to date. They should be actively dating. Give me a thumbs down if you think they shouldn't. Should broke men be dating right now? or not? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's okay for broke men to be dating right now or not. What I mean when I say broke, I'm talking about his money hasn't been right in about a year or so. Like, he's trying things, but, you know, his money's not really right. I want to see. Okay, it's mixed feelings over here. Adam said no. Okay, Ether said no. Stacy, don't tell me you're crying about the Galaxy game. Crying. Yes, I'm in tears over here. It's really got me messed up and my life is torn apart behind it. Boo. I want another night's sleep. Listen, I don't know the words, but I heard it last night and I was vibing to it. You did, Kiki?
Good evening.
Tell me how your holiday's been.
It's been really good.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Cannot complain.
Listen, so when we're over here on TikTok, does the quality of the thing sound bad? Does it not sound like good quality coming through the microphone?
No, it's good quality.
Okay, some people said something, but listen, I have a question for you. Said, I'm one of those broke dudes. You got to focus on yourself until you. Okay, so the conversation we're having, should broke men be able to date? Should they be dating right now? What I mean when I say broke, I'm talking about he's broke right now. Like, he probably has a job, but he's not got $2,500 put up. He's just doing this thing. When he gets done paying rent, when he gets done doing things, he just typically has no excess of money. Should men like that be dating?
No, I don't think that should be dating. I think, me personally, this is my personal experience, maybe because my husband, and through God's help and grace, that ain't never been our story. But I just feel like a man should never be broke, right? That's just my opinion. And I think in general, like, as women too, nobody should be broke a day in their life. If they broke, then definitely dating is not on the priority list. It's about not just taking care of yourself, but living beyond that idea. And when you're dating, the expectation, unfortunately, is that, especially that first date, they're responsible for things. Unfortunately, expectation, but that's the expectation.
Why you say unfortunate?
Because I think it puts a lot of pressure on men, but it's the double standard.
It's the double standard. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, it ain't fair, but it is what it is. Like, that's the expectation. Just like we have certain expectations as women, it just is what it is. So yeah, that's the expectation. And if you can't meet that expectation and it would throw your whole world off, you don't need to be dating. You need to sit down somewhere.
Okay, so I want everybody to know this. I want you all to know this. You cannot be broke for an extended period of time. You can't. Listen, I'm going to say something to you guys down there in the comments. Listen to me. You can be with a woman you've been with for 10 years, for even 15 years. And this can be one of those amazing, amazing women. She's held you down like it's nothing. Now we're getting beyond the conversation of money. We're going to get to the conversation of respect. A man who can turn himself into the caliber of man who has money, he's going to have say-so in his household. Your children, you can have the best information. Your information can even be legit. You can be telling them, listen, here's what happens when you do this and when you do that. Money is powerful. And I don't mean the actual physical form of money itself. Your kids will respect your decisions more if they know that when they get into jams, they know for a fact the first thing I'm doing is asking dad for that stuff for my football cleats. They know there's a sense you can't be Superman if you're not Superman. If you're not looked at like Superman, are you Superman? What are your thoughts on that, Kiki? If you're not looked at like Superman, are you Superman?
I mean, how can we call something? I mean, the Bible does say, right? Faith, right? Call those things that are not as if they are. But,
How long?
cultural context is everything. We can't call, if I call myself a white woman, y'all gonna give me 5150, right? Y'all gonna send me somewhere. So we can't be running around calling things that are not so.
Listen, your kids need to be able to look up to you in order for your words to have effect and power. If you're never there, if you could listen, I don't care what you guys are saying about your wife and your woman. Your woman is secretly thinking things about you. She's not even doing it on purpose. Her mind is just taking her to a place of truth. Like, she has friends. She has friends at work. And they come back talking about, girl, it was my birthday and he did this, he did that. And your woman has to fake a phone call when she knows the microphone is getting close to her. It doesn't feel good. I don't care if you have I don't care if you have the greatest woman on the planet. She hasn't left you and all of that. A lot of your guys' arguments are going to be coming from the lack of respect that she has for you. And she's not trying to have lack of respect for you on purpose, but you're not performing like a man. You're really not. I'm not saying that you have to be rich. I'm not saying, listen, my guy said a man shouldn't take on more than he can afford because it's going to look like that. That's what it's going to look like is taking place.
Yeah.
People
Real
aren't
men hustle
dumb.
by any means necessary. That's the reality. Real men hustle and they gonna make it happen. If it don't come from this avenue, it's gonna come from this avenue. I'm not saying do anything illegal in that regard, but when men are built to be providers and they built to set that standard even for themselves, because men don't carry what we carry as women. So they understand what they carry, especially if they're family men, especially if they are dating with intention. They're going to make stuff happen by any means necessary.
You're an
So,
excuse maker.
yeah, definitely.
You have to just to keep this relationship going. Because you try to keep a relationship going for 5 years without being able to do the things that other women's men can do for them, you're going to get good at making excuses because you're going to have to, because there's going to be a lot of circumstances that arise where you're supposed to perform. Now you have to explain why you can't. Baby, listen, here's the crazy part. Don't let it get to a place where they don't even think about asking you for money that they might need. They are certain that you probably don't have it. That's when it gets bad. That's when respect is going out the door. That doesn't mean that they won't treat you still like an amazing man. That doesn't mean that they still won't love you. But do you know what it is like to be in a situation where you know it in your heart, it legit doesn't make sense for your kids to ask you for money. They know you don't have a job, or they know you typically don't have money. They know when things need to get done, it's typically the mom that does it. Your children know who you are, people. I swear to you. Your children know whether or not you're Superman. And what I mean when I say Superman, your children know who to go to when they get in a serious jam. Trust me and believe. You disagree, Miss Kiki?
No, I agree. But I think there's a distinguishing line between single men dating and men that are already married and in a relationship. There's a difference.
There she is. Say that again, Kiki.
I think there's a difference, right, between like single men that are dating and then men that are in relationship, right? So that's different. I think that what you just described in terms of family man, the kids knowing who to go to versus mom, that's a family dynamic, and I think depending on the number of years things happen, things of that nature, there's grace, right? Like you said, not for an extended
That's all I'm
period
saying.
of time. Not an extended period of time, but in terms of dating, which was the original question, yeah, I don't think that is should be high on his priority list.
Listen, let me ask you something. Do you still consider Michael Jordan a basketball player?
That's what comes to mind when you hear his name, yeah.
Is he a basketball player? Simple.
Technically, no, because he's not actively playing basketball.
Nope. Okay. If you ran into some money, just hit a lick or something like that, but you don't normally have money, are you a provider?
I'm not even playing with you tonight.
You're not.
That just made me laugh.
Savage.
No.
Listen, you know I went by your profile. I said, no, she wasn't joking. She's in her 20s.
28.
Yeah, because it'll throw you off if you hear her talking. It'll throw you off. I'm like, oh, hell no. Listen, I felt like one of those people with the... Let me get the hell off of this page. Tell me how your holidays were.
My holidays went well. I'm all right.
That's what I'm talking about. So listen, my question to you. Here's my premise. You can be loved. You can be adored. People can remember times you've came through. But if your money's not right, and I'm talking about you can just be out there dating, or you can be in a family dynamic you can be married for 10 years. They may not make fun of you, but in a family dynamic, you most definitely will lose respect. They won't make fun of you, but my definition of losing respect for you is when the kids know better than to come ask you for some money. Not because they're upset with you, but dad usually doesn't have money. He'll tell it, he can shake a bush or something. So my question to you is this. Do you think men should be dating when they are chronically financially unstable?
I think it shows a lack of discipline, and I think it's detrimental and also a little dangerous. I think it puts everybody at risk, and it's almost like a scam. You know, one day I will be, or I can do this, but if you're not doing it already, if you're not even showing the qualities up, why would I trust you?
How come we have to wait for something to, whatever it is you're talking about is going to go right? How come we have to wait for it? Because I see other dads are showing up. Like, what is it about my dad that you're not showing up, that you can't make it happen? His dad can make it happen. And we all know some have went to college. We all know that there's differences or things like that. But how come you can't show up regularly? Now, what we know about you is regularly. You don't really have it. Listen, amazing dad, throws the kids up. Daddy crazy about you. All of that. But men are known for a thing. That thing is why women have been crazy about us since the beginning of time. We are known to make it happen somehow. We walk out of the log cabin when the cupboards are empty, and we come back with our rifle in our hand and a bunny by its ears. We're losing that. Listen, I can tell you guys this. I went through a phase, and it was crazy. I went through a phase of just having thousands of dollars sitting in the top shelf, right? For just whenever my woman, just put it there. And then, of course, money in the bank and in the safe, right? To just like that. Going law-abiding and things being different. Crossing over from the streets into the legal world, it's tough. It's tough. It's actually really hard. It's really hard because you're coming from another world, right? So the crossover, filling out applications, having to work now and listen, having to be way more responsible with the wages that you're earning right now, it's tough and it takes some getting used to, right? But listen, I saw a difference. Not only that, I saw a difference in my street peers, right? They didn't make fun of me or anything like that, but there was a noticeable difference. I wasn't able to do the things that I used to be able to do. I had to be a little bit more careful, right? And it took me a while to learn how to be more careful. I was making so much money to where I didn't have to really be careful, right? But when you're not making that money anymore and you're not used to having to be careful, one false move and it's a stick up. You can get 3 bills to come back to back to back, and your whole check is gone. Your whole check is gone. And what I'm telling you is, it comes with a different look. And I'm talking about the way people are looking at you. And until you master, okay, I'm going to pay the bills with this. I'm not touching 30% up or 20%. I'm not touching because I got to make this check. This 20% stack over here. This 20% from next week check stack over here. That's how you always end up with money. But until you get that formula down, you're going to be check to check, and people will look at you different. Your children even, like my children, they saw it. They saw pretty much being able to do whatever you wanted to do to be, being careful. And what I'm telling you guys is I'm being vulnerable to you guys because, listen, you can lose your family. I swear to God on everything that I love, you can lose your entire family. You can be building things because you're a go-getter. And if too much time passes by, your people can be looking at you different without you knowing it. And you need to know this. Listen, I don't care what anybody down there in those comments are saying. You better know a woman desires and demands to see a certain function out of a man. Or are you a man? Savage, what's your thoughts?
I don't disagree. I think that's the most important part. That's the part that makes you trust him, that his money is his resume. That if you can obtain money and keep getting it up, then that makes you just as valuable. That makes you a leader. That makes you somebody of integrity, because what you do speaks for who you are.
I agree. And listen, don't look at it like gold digging. This is a function that you are supposed to be a master at performing. Our grandfathers who didn't have a friction of the education that we have, they simply didn't mind putting calluses on their hands and their elbows. It was a different wiring in them. Like they were getting up and going to get it. Because what's the alternative of me not going to get it? We gonna be hurt, right? And we have a lot of people, shout out to my bro, Get Biggs in this situation. Listen, we have a lot of people now. Now I'll agree with this. This is tough. This is tough. Me, myself, I don't know what it would take. If I fell off, I don't know what it would take to get me to go to McDonald's, because I believe that to be a bad investment. I'm not knocking anybody who would, but you better not have any form of child support. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. You could work there for 2 weeks, putting in the same type of labor that you would be at an automotive business, but only making like $16 an hour. You're going to bring home a check that's like $800 for 2 weeks. Like, that's not what I would do. I encourage people to get internet hustles going. Everybody is moving. Well, content creation is the thing. Sharpen yourself on editing. Get Final Cut Pro, things like that. Sharpen your skills up on this editing softwares and things like that, and you dive into people's DMs and let them know there's nobody on the planet that can touch you when it comes to editing. Tell them, I will run through an hour of your footage, and I will literally watch it. I won't even put it in any AI software and program it to attempt to go to the hottest spots in this full-length show and pull out the smallest, best spots. I really will watch it, and I'm telling you right now. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll do it for free. And if I do this up to par, you hire me. I encourage that, because you don't want to be spending hours upon hours out of your day for an amount of money that's really going to set you back in the end. Now, my point in bringing that up is this. You got to get it somehow. Everything's getting tougher. How can McDonald's wages not be going up, but the price of our gas and our groceries is? That's bad math. And no one wants to come out and tell the truth. You can't make that math work. You won't be able to perform like Superman. You won't. Listen, the mother of my children, like, she just knew. Listen, it's like Miss Savage was saying. She just knew there's kind of no jam that we can get into that we're not going to be able to get out of. She just knew, right? It's not the money. She's going to be forced to respect me because we are immune to jams because of me. She's going to be forced to view me as an above average human being, a type of superhero, because I have turned myself into something that is immune to jams. It's not your money that she's going to be crazy about. It's going to be that you turned yourself into the caliber of man that almost all human beings wish they were. Almost all human beings wish they had abundance of money, which makes you an above average man. A woman likes to be able to tell, she doesn't even like to tell her girlfriends things. She likes her girlfriends to know. Nah, girl, she got a good man. Listen, KK. Kiki down there in them comments as usual. KK. Go on once. Okay, I can square off with Savage up here. Listen, what do you think about marriage? Are you married now?
Engaged to be.
Okay. I'm surprised. I feel, what the hell is going on? Damn it. The reason that I say I'm surprised because when I went by your page, shout out to my brother Love up in this situation. The reason I said I'm surprised is because you would be a tough act to follow. That you can't deal with somebody like you can't deal with a regular man. I don't think somebody like you is equipped to be in a mediocre relationship when you have so much information that equips you to be able to identify easily mediocrity. You disagree? That's a problem. Like when someone is leveled up for real, it actually shrinks the pool of their dating candidates, because the type of man who comes trying to holler at Miss Savage and his pants, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his whole butt is hanging out. We talking about the hump. You know what I'm talking about, how we see it in society. How he's rocking around the cigarette in his ear and it just won't work. This person has already consumed enough information for her to be able to scan this individual and know this is mediocrity coming my way. Before your fiance, did you have trouble dating?
No. I was too busy. My parents kept me active in sports and I had in books.
There's a part of me that understands how you could have trouble dating, but there's a more important part that allows me to understand why you wouldn't. A certain woman of a certain caliber, she has enough information to not put herself in certain predicaments to where it's a bad thing. But the other part is we have an influx. Like the black community is. I feel sorry for women dating. I'll put it that way. Go ahead.
I think what made my life a lot easier was having an active father that would sit down and have conversations with me in scenarios with me and ask me, what would you do if this happened? What would you do if that happened? And then take me on trips with him everywhere he go, like a backpack. Wherever he went, I went. You know what I'm saying? And then my dad, when I was in school, he would pop up on me when I would least expect it, just to see what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm walking around the hallway or whatever, I would turn and see my dad. Why didn't you tell me you were coming? Why would I tell you I was coming? I want to see what you're doing.
She had a dad for real.
Oh, daddy wasn't no joke. Daddy wasn't no joke.
She sounds like Kana speaks the real. Listen, I could picture, like, even though Miss Kana's dad, I believe he has passed, I could realistically picture somebody saying something about Kana's dad, and you probably gonna have to whoop her right then and there on the spot. The way that woman talks about her dad, she says he used to take me places with him, you know. And so now, and I'm talking about with you, because of the intimate interaction you had with your dad. Well, when your man has to pull you to the side, like, yeah, babe, we're not making moves like that. I need you to pull back a little bit. It's not going to be foreign to your ears because you probably already got reeled back in by a man, dad, versus a woman who doesn't have dad. She going to be offended when you pull her back in. You see what I'm saying?
No, accountability was taught young when I was a kid. what you practice is what you master. So accountability is my second language.
That's I'm really glad that, you know, of course it's not enough, but I'm really glad that, you know, it's just messed up. It's like being glad to be able to say it, but also when I say I'm glad that we got another one, well, not another one off the streets, but somebody headed towards a successful family dynamic. Once you say it, you can visualize so many who don't even stand a chance. Like, you got a bitch fucked up. They will never see what building a family is. They will never be respected in society. They will only shoot broken children out of their vajayjay to go off and dispense their hurt and their pain on the rest of society. So whereas we can be glad that you're looking like you're headed towards a positive place, those ratchet women, we have so many more who are actually detriments to the society.
So I'm going to say something that's actually important. The reason why I turned out the way I did was because my dad had to save me from my mama and get custody of me. Because my mama was damaged and hurt, and she was prepared to give me her crown of trauma and tell me to do things that wasn't right, such as don't tell a man how much money that you make, and he don't need to know every single detail, and let him give everything to you, and you only give a little bit to see what he would do. The manipulation tactics. And I would go back and have these conversations with my dad, and then my dad had went and got custody of me, not because I was in danger physically, but I was in danger mentally that could hurt my life for the long run. So he had to get me away from my mom because she was prepared to pass down her hurt so I can repeat the cycle.
And I'm going to tell you something that's even worse. They don't even identify that they're passing down a crown of hurt. They don't think so. They think they're gaming you up. And they are, with poison. The second a man gets a whiff that you're moving like this, we might not even tell you off the top. We might just start fooling around behind your back. Oh, this is what I done got a hold to? Okay, I'm going to keep you around because you're pretty, and I'm not going to just throw you out there, you know what I mean? But when I see you doing some of those manipulative things, I'm going to treat you as such. And that's what we see a lot of that going on. Have you saw some of those TikTok videos where the moms will take like the 7-year-old kid, turn it on TikTok Live, and let them go in the bathroom and say, you got 60 seconds to say whatever curse word you always wanted to say on the TikTok Live, right? Yeah, like it's back to what you're like, they're destroying these kids. These kids are, listen, by the time these kids are 10, they're already gone. They're already gone. Those are the years when they're absorbing all of the information that they're going to need, that they're going to utilize to become who they're going to become. Those are their sponge years, they're called them. Now, have you seen some of the TikToks where these women are twerking in these kids' face? I'm talking about their crack in their faces.
So I don't watch certain things and I don't listen to certain music because I understand as a woman, no matter how old I am, I have to protect my eyes and ears. Otherwise, I will subconsciously copy what I see without knowing.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't subscribe to that stuff.
What way out do you see for us?
Accountability.
What realistic way?
That is realistic. You can't change or do nothing unless you say, I could have did better. I could have said this more. You know what I'm saying? I should have worked harder on this. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to say where you messed up at. That's also a part of loving yourself. When people say, you know what, these are my flaws, but I love these flaws by myself versus what you like about yourself because I'm pretty or I'm smart. Forget the pretty and smart. I love myself because I got a big nose. I love myself because I'm clumsy. I love myself because I'm bad at math, but I know I can do better. That's loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a difference. We got to rewire things the way my dad had taught. My dad said, if you want to have better and know better, you got to know what the hell is going on. And you can't rebel against sense. You got to be open to sense.
I agree. You know, that thing about accountability that you said, like, that's going to be a tough one to pull off right there because you're stuck. Shout out to Biggs over here with the gifts in this situation. You have to know that there's something that you need to be accountable for. Like, that's tough. Like, especially when we got these trends and, you know, I think a lot of them don't believe that they're doing anything wrong. You know, they're running around dressed with the long ratchet Freddy Krueger fingernails. You know, the hair in their head is like 6 months old and smells like a really messed up mop. They don't care about their shapes, right? They have so many kids to where their body is decimated, and they see nothing wrong with it, right? And I'm gonna tell you why they see nothing wrong with it. Because it is the crown that their mother passed down. So we're recycling garbage. I know that sounds bad, you as a woman hearing a man say that, but did you know, listen, have you ever looked up the word trash in the dictionary? You know it can be a person?
I can.
Yes. And we're passing down trash. Nobody wants our women. Have you seen how people are in the comments talking about you? Every time I bring up a cooperative woman or something like that, a respectable woman, you'll see heart eyes down there or stuff like that. Because we're not used to it. That's terrible. This show is 4 years old. And my people still are astounded when they see women talking like this. Because it's not our norm. That's bad.
You gotta want to be a lady again. You know, with my kids don't listen to the radio. I make their own playlist. We listen to Disney music and stuff like that. My kids don't know who Cardi B is. They don't know who
Right.
They don't know who Glorilla is. They don't have a clue. Okay, we listen to Disney Plus. We listen to encouraging music that encourages you to be better and have more. 100%. You know.
How did you meet your man?
I met him on my way home from my girlfriend's house.
Mm-hmm.
And he was walking to get the mail. And I got out the car and I turned and I looked at him and I was like, wow, you have a very handsome face. And he's like, you know what? You got a very beautiful face. And I was like, I would like to talk to your face again sometime if you don't mind.
Listen at her. Listen at her shooting hers up in this mother. You won't believe why I asked you. You won't believe why I asked you that. Before you even spoke, I was going to ask you what you thought about women approaching men. I encourage it.
I mean, I don't know. It was a lot to admire. It was, as you see, I like him. I really like him.
Damn it. Hold on. Are you people getting a whiff of this? She's over here giddy still.
Oh, yeah. 2 kids, 9 years,
She's still damn giddy after 9 years. And really, in my personal opinion, all you got to do is be a good person. And there'll be plenty to be giddy about. He'll just be a bonus. We're not practicing being good people. We latch on to all manner of debauchery. We latch on to all of the things. I was telling everybody last night, I went up on a panel. Listen, shout out to my people over here setting it off. The International Quiet Storm is definitely in the building. Listen, I went on a panel last night that had my spirit vexed so badly. And it was somebody who I respect. He runs this panel. And the women were acting so atrocious that I really don't even want to get into that because it vexed my spirit like that. There is a form of behavior that we're never supposed to see. We're never supposed to see it, right? But unfortunately, in the black community, it's very common. It's very common. We have taken on the mantle of dysfunction and turned it into something that's popular and cool, right? But I want to jump back on this really quick. This was a former opinion of mine, but due to the damage that I know that it can do, even in a long-term relationship, a previous opinion of mine was, I was asked, should a broke man be dating? But a previous opinion of mine was 2 people can help each other get up a lot quicker. The only way that I will endorse that is if that man is clearly a hustler. It looks like he's been messed up for about a year, but this boy he's at it. It looks like he's going to make something happen, right? But if he's the type that's, he's just one of those ones where this is kind of where his life is at. A man like that should not be dating, because if you do get into a relationship with a good woman, she will not be able to respect you. Your kids will not be able to respect you. And I don't care what you say, your kids can absolutely love you. But if they can't look at you like Superman, if they know for a fact that it doesn't really make any sense to come to you and you be the one to, Dad, I need cleats for football. Listen, they're not going to disrespect you, but in that aspect, they won't respect you. They know better. What are your thoughts?
I agree, but I also care about people's definition of broke. You know, you can find a guy that makes, I don't know, let's say he makes $25-$30 an hour. That's okay money in 2025.
Yeah, I'm talking about broke. I'm talking about this guy. It's very likely that he doesn't have $1,000 to the world.
These men will still get called broke, though. These men will still be called broke because these women will have high expectations for something they can't even
Oh,
obtain
you're
themselves.
right. You're right.
So I say that to say, you know what, if you expect this guy to make like close to 6 figures or whatever, you know, LeBron James money, why don't you take the Feminism Act and use it for what it was supposed to be for and combine your money with his money? So now y'all got 6 figures.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you on that. I wasn't at first, but because I'm like you, like, no, listen, if we're going to be honest, I'm not trying to be funny, but like $25 an hour, like you can make something happen with that. Like if you guys are, you can make something happen with that. You guys can be doing, somebody's got an Amazon store on the side hustle. I know people like that, right? But what I'm talking about somebody who, you know, he drinks and he can buy his liquor sometimes and things like that. But, you know, all of his peers know better than to ever attempt to borrow money from him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your peers know this about you.
It's dangerous to be with somebody who's broke because you're risking them having bankruptcy stuff on their credit. They got derogatory stuff. I mean, they're gonna always. It doesn't matter if they did get their money up because they won't be able to get nothing in their name because they tarnished.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's a lottery ticket if you can't get nothing in your name because that credit score still hurt?
Yep. And it's a mentality. It's a mentality that got you there in the first place. So when you do get that lottery ticket, you're only going to have that money for a significant amount of time. The mind needs fixed. The mind needs fixed. You listen, and there's a course that I have. Shout out to my brother, Agree to Disagree podcast over here in the building, supporting the show. Mike Check is definitely in the building. The International Quiet Storm over here. My bro. Listen, I tell people this. How you get good with money is you really have to humble yourself. You have to take yourself to a place where you say, I'm not dating right now. You tell yourself there's a specific amount of a number. It doesn't have to be large. I need to put up 5 bands. You stop dating unless it's a woman who you know is cool with coming to your house and, you know, you barbecue, just, you know, throwing some pieces of meat on the grill and things like that. Somebody who's cool with you not having to go the extra mile, even if it's somebody that you make a deal with. Listen, when you guys are on your way home from work and you're starving, and you smell your favorite restaurant, you're driving by it right now, you really want to pull over, don't pull over. Wheel yourself to make it home and cook for free. They say a penny saved is a penny earned. You just saved $20, right? Now, what I'm giving you guys is a cheat code. What I'm telling you is this. When you turn into the caliber of person who can drive past his favorite restaurant, even though he's starving, and make it home, you're turning into the caliber of person that the universe opens its hands to with money. The universe only allows certain calibers of people to be gifted certain things, right? And you have to respect money. You can't be the type who wants something right now, so you'll get up and go get it. You can't. You have to be the type of person who will weigh, okay, we brought in this much money this week. Our overhead of bills each month is this. You have to really be on your game. You have to be writing things down because just in our head, we will think some things and the selfish aspect of us will incentivize us in saying, no, I can handle that. But if you ever put that stuff down on paper, you'll be like, hold on. So it look like I'm I'm gonna be $800 short on rent. It'll tell you a story. It'll be right there. But if you don't put that stuff down on paper, you'll be telling yourself, I'm good. I can go on over here with my homeboys now, man. No, you weren't supposed to. And I'm giving you guys this game because you can amass significant chunks of money just by utilizing these methods.
Can I add?
Talk to me.
A gift that I gave my guy on his birthday back in 2022. I figured it would do him a great favor. I got him a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured it would be a great benefit to him because, of course, more than being a woman, it's not just investing in me, but also investing in the things that can help encourage and help him be better. Because him being better is me being better, you know? I do recommend that. That's a good book to start. And I learned that it doesn't mean anything to save money if you don't understand money. Educate yourself to understand money. And I was taught the person that chases money won't have money. But the person that understands how the program works and how the system works to obtain it will have it.
I couldn't get into it. It was highly recommended by a multitude of people, but maybe I'm going to try it again because I still keep hearing about it. Like this was like 10 years ago. Like maybe also the first person recommended was like, but yeah, I tried, I probably got past the first 2 pages but I'm going to try it again because there's entirely too many people who reference that book. There's too many.
Yeah, definitely. We're book readers in this house. That library card be getting swiped.
Yep.
But I definitely recommend.
Good stuff. I appreciate you coming up and rocking out with me. You got anything else before you go?
No. I just encourage people to just remember that anything that's I and me and not we and us will never grow.
I want you to get serious about your channel, okay? Listen, you'd be surprised. I'm telling you this for a reason. I don't even have to tell you that. I'm telling you this for a reason. If you get serious about your channel and you have access to this platform, listen, it only takes for about 4 or 5 of your videos to go viral and you to keep making them. The numbers that you can make a month, people really don't. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Totally noted.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You take care.
You too.
All right. And this is what I tell you guys. I want you guys, those of you who do make content every day, if you make good content, your content has to be good because it's saturated out here. You really have to be able to talk a certain way. You have to be able to articulate your information. But if you can become fluent in dispensing information, your own type of creative signature, probably, I don't know, maybe you don't have to be likable. It probably would help though. Disciplined in some areas. I have people who surround me who are doing like $46,000 a month. Like, I don't know. Like if you Google up ChatGPT, I don't know, maybe you might have to put my link in there, but if you Google up ChatGPT and ask it what Stacey Prince potential is, see what I'm saying? I don't have to tell you guys this. I don't have to tell you this. This is a channel about gaming you up. The money, listen, rappers can't compete with this money. Okay? Why do you think they're coming to podcasting? I'm dropping jewels on you. Listen, it's so lucrative. I'll say this. Go fix yourself. If you aren't a very articulate person, go fix yourself. Invest in yourself. Pay. If you do know that you can talk and that you know, or you're an absorber, if you know that this is something that you if you have a lot of things inside of you that you want to get out and those things you believe are valuable, do the work. Do the work. Turn yourself into someone who can generate money off of helping people out. Man, there's nothing like that. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught up. Hey, exactly. Adam said rappers don't have the knowledge though. And in a lot of cases they don't. That's why so many of those podcasts dropped off. Right. But I want to Quiet Storm said that I'm gonna have to, because I couldn't get into it. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad time. I was also reading 2 other books at the time that had my attention. So there's too many people raving about that book for it not to be true. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys another book that I wasn't able to get into. Damn it. Japanese guy. The art of war. I couldn't get into it. There's too many people that are talking about this book. Couldn't get into it. Hey, Quiet Storm, listen. You see how Daddy's baby laced him up? My baby knows. Yeah, 48 Laws of Power is cool. It's more of a book that teaches deception and manipulation. It's cool. It's cool. It's definitely cool. But see, Havoc, I'm into war and strategy. It just maybe, and some books have that slow start too. And once you reach a certain point, they cook. So, that could be it too. The International Quiet Storm said just test it. Okay. Well, you see the Quiet Storm, right? Let me see something. I do believe this, though. I'm not even articulating myself well today, but I really wish I could. What I'm telling you guys is this. You can have the most loving woman, and if you're not performing how society and the Bible, even how nature has taught us that men are supposed to be performing, she won't be picking on you. She will just be observing your truth, that you're not performing according to what we have been taught a man is. And I'm going to say it the real way. She will be observing that you're not performing as a man. She won't even resent you intentionally. She will kind of just get tired of carrying the load. She will start to view it as funny that the kids have to ask her for things when important things are needed, opposed to you. When she comes to a place where she wouldn't dare ask you to borrow like $300, she know you don't got $300. She knows it. In her head, where he gonna get $300 from, right? Because you're already struggling. People, you're not gonna get a certain caliber of woman unless your swag is on point. But even though still, you got to get yourself together, because other people in society, listen, I'm going to say this, and you guys didn't even know this. I've said this before. Did you guys know that your peers can guesstimate your net worth? Did you know that? So many people go out and buy these necklaces. They buy the Jordans and things like that. Do you guys realize for real that your closest peers and friends and family have a good guesstimate of your net worth? I want to see who disagrees with that. Who disagrees with that? People have a good guesstimate of your net worth. They know whether or not you're one of the ones, when some of the homeboys, your guys' childhood friends get jammed up, you're the one that people typically go to. Bro, I hate to ask, bro. They know whether or not you are one of the ones who is more known as the lender than the borrower. They know whether or not your money is tight because you've had to borrow from them several times. So listen, people, there's no need to fake the front. Even if you go buy that Mercedes, you're not fooling your peers into believing that you're loaded now. They know They know your pattern. Even after you bought that Mercedes, you've needed to borrow money still. That's what I'm telling you. I'd like to know how many people disagree with that. How many of you disagree that your closest associates and things like that know about how well off you are? I'm not talking about a specific number. They know for sure whether or not you're financially stable. Look, Sweet said money talks. Listen, I'm telling you guys now, you might as well stop the faking and the faking the funk. The people closest to you know about how well you're doing. They know. They know if you can do things like, hey, bro, man, let's go to Barbados for the weekend. They know if you're the type who's, yeah, right now ain't a good time, man. I got this to do. I got that. When the other of them got this to do and that to do too, but they can still go. People, there's nothing cool about being broke. There's nothing cool about it. And the longer you allow it to linger on, the more it becomes a mentality. Once it becomes a mentality, it has a high potential of becoming who you are if you don't shake that thing off soon. Your kids, a lot of you, listen, there's some of you down here right now. There's some of you men down here right now to where your kids have no reason to look at you like a superhero. They have no reason. They don't think that they can call you. Listen, some of you right now, your kids don't think if they go to jail and their bond is $1,000, they don't think you can come get them. They don't think that. They don't think it. Some of you are living off of women and things like that, and your kids don't think, and I'm not making fun of you. What I'm telling you is, you better shake that. If you care anything about your kids, if you care anything about your relationship, you better shake that. Your wife will mess with someone else. Listen, we had a panel today. Some of you saw the panel. I didn't know it, but there really are some men who believe it's impossible for their woman to fool around. Wow. Wow. The right circumstance, I'm just going to say you got to be careful. You really got to be checking your boxes. You got to be handling your business. You got to closely resemble everything that it wouldn't be smart for a woman to fool around on. And I'm not saying for her, but I'm saying so you can still walk around in your power confidently. If you get cheated on and you're still walking around in your power confidently, so what? Right? But where you have a reason to feel guilty is if you get cheated on and even you can say, I don't. Listen, some of you, a woman can cheat right now and you can't leave her because you don't have your own spot. I said it. You heard me when I said it. That's messed up. That means you don't have it together. You do not have your life together. I agree wholeheartedly, but I have a friend who lives a very modest life, but very thrifty and rich. He's so cheap. He doesn't upkeep his lawn, but dude is a millionaire. My brother, did you just hear what you said? Even though he dresses modestly and his lawn is not cut, you still have a gander of his net worth. Hold on, the hoodie ain't on the website? Is it? Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Bull crap. Because we got all of the materials. The infamous belt buckle jingle. know I'm terrible. I don't care though, right? Welcome to the jungle. I'm gonna have to go check. We got the shirts, the hoodies. People, listen. I have some heavy work that I have to get out of the way. I really have to get up and go do this. It's something that I've been telling you guys is going to really change the course of what we have going on. So I got to cut the show short early. There's anybody who wants to come up, you have questions or anything, come on up. Let me drop a link down here and down here. That's YouTube. And that's TikTok. You have any questions or disagreements with my information? Well, with the information. Savage was cooking the other night. Savage did come up, right? I think so. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Dwayne definitely in the building. You already know what it is, my brother. Hey, Medardo said, no woman wants a broke man. Like, for real. Yeah, man, come on, man. You can do better than that. We pride ourselves in being men and saying women should submit. Well, you better give them something to submit to. Have you ever noticed? That Superfood in the building? Have you guys ever noticed that when even the late great Kevin Samuel show, have you ever noticed that when it comes to people who have big money, they'll ask him, would you leave that man if he cheated? It matters. And you don't even have to be rich. All you have to do is be handling your business, and it'll make a woman think twice about crossing you. Marcus up in this situation rocking with us. Somebody said something like, it's good to see you dressed down for once, brother. Listen, my daughter was like, she knows how I feel about my LA gear, right? Right, if there's no questions, you know what it is. Make sure that you guys pop up on us tomorrow, because we bring the heat on a regular, right? And we are, if nothing else, out of here. Listen, somebody drop a super chat. Give us some lightning on our way out. Give us a quiet storm on our way out, right? Listen, some of you don't know, we got some other effects up on here too. I'm just going to be honest. We got 2 different types of dragons. What else we got? We got a futuristic portal. Yeah, we got some things. I told you guys we were going to put the work into, you know what I mean? Make sure that we up the production on the show. I don't know how to... Kenneth is definitely in the building rocking with us. Listen, you guys make sure that you subscribe to the show and you'll get alerts whenever we're live. Okay, you in Ontario. Okay. We over here in LA.